Sergei Sidorenko from European Pravda.
Sergei Sidorenko. I have two questions, if I may. One is about, let's say, a change in perception of Ukraine by our partners. Do you see that Ukraine is perceived as a contributor in pan-European security after attack on Poland? And because to me it is important, as a contributor to European security, should have a place in NATO. How do you see that? And regarding Pearl, that is, first of all, to our Prime Minister, до речі, з днем народження, Денис Анатолійович. I just wished a good birthday to our, sorry, Minister of Defense, still Prime Minister in my memory. So how do you see, what would be an evolution of Pearl next year? Because we see that now it is planned for this year. Would it be continued? Would it be expanded? Would it be like just the same next year? Thank you.
I think that maybe first half of the question to our friends, and the second half I will explain, if I may. So, please.
Shall I go first? The first half, the simple answer to your first question is yes. When I argue that a secure Europe requires a strong sovereign Ukraine, what Ukraine is teaching us in the way that we can see the rapid evolution of the nature of warfare, the leading edge innovation that Ukraine and battlefield techniques, for some time we have been able to learn from Ukraine. And Ukraine is increasingly recognized and understood to play a part in the training of other NATO nations' forces and in recent moves to respond to incursions into NATO airspace. Ukraine has stepped up, responded in practice, and I think is helping to demonstrate more clearly to more people how the Ukraine is fighting for its future, but the unique leading combat experience that it now has means that it can already and will in the future make a huge contribution to the security of Europe more generally.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this high estimation. We really are ready to share our experience with our partners, with our friends and neighbors, with Europe. Unfortunately, we paid for this experience by lives of our soldiers, of our civilians, our children, but this experience is absolutely unique, and we understand that we need to share it with our friends, just to resist to Russian aggression, to aggression of maybe the group of countries in future. So this is the way which we should go together. The second half of the question about Pearl next year. The Pearl is a unique project initiated by NATO Secretary General, supported by our friends and partners. We are grateful for this. There is some kind of weaponry and munition which is produced just in the United States. Ballistic missiles could be destroyed only by Patriots, by PAC-3 missiles, which are produced in the United States. Long-range artillery munition is now on the stocks only in the United States. So we need to have this weaponry, these munitions right now on the battlefield. And because of this, we need to ask United States to supply it. And we are so much grateful and appreciate this initiative and support of European partners for buying of this equipment and weaponry. I'm not sure that next year we will change situation dramatically and increase production here in European member states or there in Ukraine. We will still need to cooperate with the United States, so I'm sure that Pearl project will continue. I believe that it will be modernized in so-named mega deal where we will very precisely, very clearly note and make list of weaponry which Ukraine needs in case of continuation of such scale of war. We will discuss this with our allies, together with our friends, with Europeans, and we will discuss this with United States. And I'm sure that on the level of our presidents, this, I mean, President of Ukraine, President of United States, this agreement will be reached, and there will be everything what Ukraine needs. And then we will look for the sources, what will finance Ukraine, what will support to finance our partners, European Union, European nations, non-European allies. And then now we are discussing how may we use frozen Russian assets. So we understand that there should be three ways. If we use frozen Russian assets, there should be amount which will be directed for the European allies, some part for Ukrainian producers, and some part for co-financing of PURL in continuation in mega deal version of the PURL next year. So I think that's all what I can comment.
I got a sign that time has run out, so we have only time for one last final question, and that goes to Dan Michaels from Wall Street Journal.
Thank you. Dan Michaels, Wall Street Journal. Could each of you speak very briefly about the significance of the growing industrial production in Europe? For example, Secretary Healey, Britain is producing these Octopus interceptors. How important is this also for Ukraine to get the additional production, but also the know-how for Western Europe? Thank you.
I think both Ukraine and the UK, and the new agreement that Boris has signed today demonstrates that we see, first of all, a support for the Ukrainian industry as an important direct way of supporting the Ukrainian warfighting effort. But this is also a way that we can combine, in the case of Octopus, it's a way of combining the innovation from Ukraine, the combat experience directly from the battlefield, with the modern design and mass manufacturing techniques that we can bring to bear from Great Britain. And in that way, we can supply at high volume the weaponry that Ukraine needs. We can also gear Ukrainian industry and Ukrainian companies to be able to service the Western market at the point of peace. And so that this is a way that we forge a closer relationship, but we also put the foundations in for the future beyond the fight for the point of peace.
No, I fully agree. It's about creating a win-win situation. I mean, producing jointly, mutually in Germany, in UK, together with Ukraine defense industry is something we all benefit from. It is about using the experiences and learning from the experience of the Ukrainian armed forces and the Ukrainian defense industry on the battlefield, and all what they do learn there, we can learn by them. So this is just about creating more security for Europe in the years to come. So this is about a real cooperation for the future.
Thank you so much. And two initiatives, built in Ukraine and built with Ukraine, which President of Ukraine initiated. So actually it means that in first case, built in Ukraine, means that you may immediately test everything on the testing fields, on the ground. Unfortunately, we have a war, and you may implement immediately all the innovations from the ground. So this is one benefit from this approach. And built with Ukraine, it means that conditions are absolutely more secure in our partner states. We may produce all needed volumes. It differentiates the risks that Russians will destroy something on the Ukrainian territory, production facilities, I mean. And it means that we together will implement innovations which partners have. As Secretary Healey explained, we may modernize our interceptor drones with new technologies and also increase the capacity of of this type of interceptors and weaponry. For example, there are different directions where we may cooperate. So, and we have different examples. We have German companies which are ready to invest and are investing there in Ukraine for repairment facilities, for production facilities. We also have very good examples when Ukrainian producers go to the European countries, there on the European continent, for production of weaponry in more secure conditions. So both approaches has benefits, and we implement both approaches.
Thank you very much for being
Michael,
here.
just a second. I just realized that we didn't give a female journalist the opportunity for a question, so maybe we should do that.
So, do you want to ask your question? The microphone is coming.
Yeah, hello, my name is Katerina. I'm from Kyiv Post. Tell me, please, what are the 3 key needs for Ukrainian armed forces today that was discussed after today's meeting, and how our partners react on this request? Thank you.
So 3 main priorities: FPV drones for the front line, and FPV ISR drones to hold the front line. This is number 1 priority. It's existential priority. The second priority is interceptors, drones and missiles. We ask partners for finances for producing of the drone interceptors, and Secretary Healey announced that we will produce one of the type of these interceptors together, and plus missiles to intercept ballistic missiles, cruise missiles. So we ask it from partners from Europe and from United States. And the third priority is a deep strike. And again, finances for the production of the Ukrainian deep strike drones. And the second direction in deep strikes, this is missile for deep strikes, and we discussed this. You may name, it's very famous names. We ask for all of this. And why we ask this? For precise, more massive hits on Russian military infrastructure and on Russian refineries, just to continue pressure on them. So this is 3 main priorities which are absolutely natural, and we discuss this with our partners, and we are grateful partners take it into attention very, very carefully. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
I didn't get it.
Thank you.
I didn't get it.